you know, to play. I mean, there's a lot of memories up here. I think my first game was over on the far pitch over there. It was a trial game. It was like, we were just like a group of lads from Manchester that had been put together for this game. We were playing against Huddersfield, I think it was the under-14s back then, my age group. I think that was the first time I ever played left back. Played what I thought was horrendously, come off the pitch, told my dad, I was like, right off, no chance. But then got a call back in, and then that, you know, we've been from there really. But there's loads of good memories. I can remember countless games against Leeds up here, you know, in the PL2 and stuff, and beating them even better. But I think the main thing for me is just like the amount of hours you spent up here, like just doing the extras and all the training sessions, the coaching. Like there's Mark Hudson, Dean Whitehead, and these are coaches that have like played hundreds of games at like the highest level, the championship, and to have those coaching you at 16, 17, 18 is like a massive bit of knowledge that you can, you know, take from them. And they were good coaches. The sessions were good, and we were all learning. Again, like Danny Schofield, when Carlos was there, he did a lot of work with, you know, like the fringe players, us young lads that were not quite in the first team, but getting there. And I think for me that made a massive difference. Is whenever I feel like I've not quite gotten enough out of a session, I'm desperate to make sure I fill that void. And he was really good for that, because if there was anything I wanted to do, I could ask him and he'd get on with it. So yeah, but I can't really think of any bad memories, to be fair, which is probably a good sign. But just a lot of games, a lot of matches over the years. I think it's probably 7 years of training up here, so a lot of time spent up here. First goal, I'm not sure who it was against, but I can remember a few from like the under-15 season, because I was playing left back, bit of centre back, and then one year they decided I was going to play on the right wing, and for some reason it was a revelation. I scored about 10 goals that year, and I was absolutely buzzing with myself. So there was a fair few goals over there, yeah. When we started moving over to this pitch, I was back at left back, so it was a bit more learning how to head the ball and defend 1v1. But so this is the academy gym, probably between the ages of like 14 to, I don't know, 18, 19 before I started being with the first team. I spent a lot of time in here getting stronger, because I was a lot skinnier when I was younger. Did a lot of time with Paul Bauer, who's obviously now with the first team. You know, he was with me through the 16s, 18s period. So I think for me, this place represents somewhere I kind of went to improve a lot. You know, on the pitch, obviously, is an obvious place to improve, but this is the kind of place people forget about, and it's quite important to me. I think it was a good environment. You know, the squad all wanted to improve, so we all worked hard. We all did the gym sessions, we did extra gym sessions, and I think that went a long way for me in particular to get to where I am now. Yeah, so obviously Kieran Phillips is in and around, Scotty High, when I was, obviously he's on loan now, but we're in the same age group. There's a few lads obviously who've gone on and moved out on loan and stuff now, but I came up in quite a successful group. You know, the year above me are all, like quite a lot of them playing in League Two, National League, going on good careers. So like, it was a good group of people, like, and it was good to have that type of environment. Yeah, so home debut was here against Rochdale. Unfortunately there weren't any fans in because it was COVID, but it was good to start that game. I was playing centre mid, so that was a new experience. Romney, Critchlow and Josh Huddersfield also played in that game, so that was nice to share that moment with them. Obviously come through with a lot of lads, you know, Jaheim, Keane Harrott, Romani, so there's a lot of lads that, you know, come through together, which is nice to be involved in. First home goal here, was down at that goal over there against Southampton just a few months ago. That was really special for me. I think I'd been desperate to score a goal, so to finally get that goal, I think there was a lot of emotion, and I just found out my partner was pregnant maybe the week before, so I think I saw her up in the crowd, and that added a bit of a special feeling to it. And so yeah, it was nice. Obviously I'm a massive City fan, whole family are, so you know, when we drew them in the FA Cup, I was over the moon. You know, to play at City, where I've been season ticket holder since I was about 7 years old, to play in that stadium with my dad and my brother in the home end, my mum and my partner in the away end, was quite a surreal feeling, and it was just really special to share that with obviously the whole of the team, but for me personally, with my family. I came here as a ball boy when I was younger, and even when we were in the Premier League, we'd be sat around the outside and the atmosphere was amazing. So, you know, when you sat watching it, you're always thinking, I'd really love to play in a stadium like this when it's bouncing and the fans are going, and I've witnessed atmospheres like that. You know, I spoke about the Southampton game. I think we were 1-0 down that game, we got to 1-1, and then that last 10 minutes, you know, the crowd were all over, and it was just like bouncing, and the noise was electric, and it's such a special feeling, you know, when you win a tackle and the crowd are getting on, you look up and the crowd are up on the feet, and I think, you know, that's what you always dreamed about when you were younger. Is obviously we enjoy playing football, but we're here to entertain, and the fans are coming, they're paying their hard-earned money, and to see them, you know, rewarded almost with a good performance and enjoying the game, smiles, cheering, I think that means, you know, just as much to me as myself scoring. It's a shared experience really overall. Bad start.
You've played with George and Oren, who are now coaches in the academy.
Yeah.
How does it sort of feel to see them still within the academy doing?
It's good, to be fair. Obviously they're a year older than me, so when I was like a first year scholar, they were like the players that you looked up to, and you kind of like looked to try and be like. Obviously George was, back in when he was playing, he was a high scoring striker, so you're always hoping to set him up and get noticed that way. Oren, so I'm a left back, he was a centre half, so he was someone, you know, I play alongside quite a lot, and he was loud, he was a leader, so he was good in that sense for me as a youngster. It's good to see them being successful, and they've got, you know, they've played at Huddersfield, so they understand the club, the area, and that helps, I think, the young lads who are coming through nowadays.
What's your favourite memory in your career so far, the most special moment to you?
It's probably recency bias, but I'd have to say the goal at home in Southampton. I think I'd gotten a runner start, I was playing pretty well, and that kind of just topped off. It was like the peak of maybe where I've been recently, and like I mentioned earlier, with finding out my missus was pregnant, I think everything almost kind of came together in that moment. It was just like a really special feeling. Other than that, I think up there is scoring at Edgley Park. Obviously born in Stockport, raised in Stockport, so to score against Fylde, who at the time there was a bit of like a rivalry between the two, so I scored that goal. That was really special in front of the Cheadle end. Promotion with Bolton was special. they're probably the top three. I'd have to say the Southampton goal's top, just because it was just some feeling. I can't. There's no way to describe feelings like it. It all just goes like a blur, really.
Footballing wise, who was sort of your biggest inspiration in your career? Who did you look up to as a player?
Because I didn't really have like a defined position. I played left wing, right wing, left back, right back. So there was never really like as a kid, who did I watch and think, oh, I want to be like that player? Obviously, there's the obvious ones. You watch Messi, you watch Ronaldo, you watch like your Neymars. But I was never going to be that good. So, but as a City fan, I think last few years you watch like Cancelo. I always mention he plays like the inverted role, and I always think, can I add that to my game? Because obviously being fairly two-footed, it can help me out. But oddly enough, like my main inspiration football-wise was never a footballer. It was almost, for me, it's quite a deep answer, but so I lost my brother when I was really young. Obviously didn't really get a chance to meet him or anything. But for me, my inspirational type of feeling in my career is like living my career through him, and that memory of knowing that I'm doing him proud, my family proud, and that's my main inspiration. Obviously, is you play football for yourself, for your future and stuff, but I think the commitment my family have put to get me to where I am, and all the driving around and the lifts and picking me up at late at night, and I think for me that's more important than like who's my favourite footballer. I think it's quite a deep answer, but that's probably my outlook on like what gets me going is knowing that that's my aim, is just to make people proud, really, I think.
Clearly golf is one thing you like to do away from football. Is there anything else you do to sort of chill out?
It's stuff that takes my mind off, not obviously off football, but sometimes you want like something to distract you and just let you focus on football whilst you're at football, and when you're at home you just want to relax and think about something else. So I'll play darts, I'll play poker with my friends, and all sorts, really. Watch TV, play PlayStation, anything that'll just entertain my mind, probably. Favourite TV shows probably Power or Prison Break. Love both of those. Favourite game, I mean, FIFA's the easy answer, but I'd probably say nowadays I play a lot more COD than FIFA. Get bored of FIFA really easily nowadays.
There's a baby on the way as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bit harder to find time for golf.
I'm hoping to find time. I'll look to my mum and dad maybe to help me on Sunday mornings, maybe. But no, that's a commitment though. You can't shy away from a baby, but it's exciting. I think it's something that I've always looked forward to. Maybe been a bit scared of, but it's part and parcel of life. I think my partner especially massively believes that her point on this earth is to be a mum, so she's really excited. I'm really excited to see, you know, what it's like to have a family, and the probably enormity of the situation hasn't kind of sunk in yet. So when I start sleeping for about an hour a night, that'll probably make it a bit more real for me, but at least I've got 2 or 3 months until that yet. Really young, I'd guess. Probably as soon as you could swing a golf club, maybe like 3 or 4 years old. Fortunately for me, golf-wise, my mum's side of the family, Scottish side, are all golfers. So my granddad was a PJ pro, my uncle's like a pro shop pro. So he taught me from young, so I had the basics going for me early. And since then, I've kind of just played it going along with football, I'd play football on the Saturday, golf on the Sunday. If I had football on the Sunday, I'd try and go play golf on the Saturday. So throughout my whole life, that's kind of been how it goes. If I play on a Saturday, I'm always trying to play the next morning on the Sunday. Yeah, most of the time I'm just practicing on my own, playing with my mum a lot, because that's her that's mine and her thing. Obviously she enjoys watching me play football, but my dad gets most of the pelters from that, so she likes to stay away from that and then just enjoy me when I'm relaxed playing golf. Nah, football came before the golf. There's no way my dad would have let my mum influence me before he could. Football was always first. There's pictures of me as a toddler just running around with a football in the back garden. It's about up to, well, you're a kid, aren't you? But it's up to my hips. So I'm not sure why he picked that size football, but that was just an obsession from a young age, and I owe it to my dad a lot he was my coach 3 younger years, and he might have been harsh on me, but he always had the good intentions, so he had a big influence on me as well. It's the best of the day, to be fair. Save it for last. 18th tee.